Did you get into voiceover because you loved animation or video games? Voicing characters is one of the most fun things that you could do in the voiceover industry. It tends to be a whole lot easier when the pressure's off and we don't have an audition. But what happens when you get those animation auditions? How can you level up your game? Well, of course, it's training. And this is why we're bringing back Katie Lee for our advanced animation workshop coming up November 18th. Katie's got 3 quick tips for you. But you might be wondering, who is Katie Lee? Well, if her name doesn't ring a bell, you've definitely heard of some of her characters. She's Connie Kendall. It's a character in the world's longest running radio drama, Adventures in Odyssey. There's another show, it's Emmy Award winning, Jim Henson's Muppet Babies cartoon series. She's Baby Ralph, Hunker Muddlefoot in Darkwing Duck, Sheila the Thief in Dungeons and Dragons, Richie in Richie Rich, Sunny Gummy in Disney's Adventure of the Gummy Bears, Alex in Totally Spies, young Han Solo for Lego Star Wars, Padawan Menace, and so many more. That's just some of her qualifications. In the meantime, here's 3 tips that Katie has for you.
Use your body. Animate means things move. When we're creating our characters and when we're playing our characters and reading our lines, we should also be acting out what's happening, and that will bring so much more life to your read.
If you've taken our Intro to Voiceover workshop, you probably remember Brian saying, your voice follows what the body does, and it all has to be grounded. Tip number 2.
When you're doing animation, no matter how big your character is or how quiet they are, the trick to make them believable is to have the real feelings of that character. And when you're really, really angry and you're a funny character, it makes that character even more funny. If you're really, really sad and it's a extreme character, that can be funny too. But the main thing is when you feel it here, we hear it here, and it's either going to be an exaggeration of real feelings and it'll be funny, or it will be an endearing characterization that we can all relate to.
What? Characters have feelings? And I would add from the acting side of things, why they feel that way. That adds depth to a character that just putting on a voice simply just can't do.
Animation tip number 3. When we're creating a character and we see a picture of that character, a great way to get into character is to imagine that when you look in the mirror, that's what you see. That is who you are. That is what you're wearing. That's what your body looks like. That's how your face is drawn. And when you put that on, it's like putting on a costume, and that really helps you become that particular character.
Well, those are 3 quick animation tips from Katie Lee. So if you're interested in the Advanced Animation Workshop coming up November 18th, if you're here in Atlanta, you can come in person, or it's live via Zoom. Now, this is for advanced, so if you haven't taken any animation classes, check out our Intro to Animation workshop and do that first. I'll link where you can sign up in the notes. As always, our goal with any workshop or class here at the Atlanta Voiceover Studio and ProVoiceOverTraining.com is for you to walk away with more confidence and feeling more capable than you were in the beginning. If you don't mind, I'd really appreciate it if you give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't yet, subscribe and pass it along to someone you think it may help. Thanks so much for watching.